That guy on bass here, but you can call me Chris. Take a seat for this one, grab yourself a brew, because in today's episode, I am going to be walking you through 5 of the best pieces of bass equipment I have tried this year. Plus one bass I really didn't enjoy, but you're going to have to wait for that one. Everyone's favourite internet dipstick, Danny Sapko, sent me one of these lovely beanies to wear, and I know what you're thinking, gosh, Danny really sure does get some stick online, doesn't he? And I'm with you. Being from Yorkshire, I'd say he deserves it too. But Danny's a nice guy. You should give him a chance. And maybe, just maybe, he might be on the podcast next year. In no particular order, starting off at number 5 as one of the best pieces of bass equipment I've tried out this year is the Anagram from Darkglass Electronics. I've been a long-time advocate and user of modelers and digital effects as a working bass player, and probably since the second I got my hands on the Darkglass Anagram, it has been my main weapon of choice for all things playing bass. I've used it on gigs, I've used it for recording work, I've used it on the podcast, I've used it on this channel, and I don't have a single bad word to say about the Anagram. I find the user interface really great. I find the sounds really inspiring. It's really quick on the fly on a gig when you need to pull up a different sound or tweak something really quickly then and there. I have no complaints. Yes, Darkglass did send me the Anagram, so I guess you can technically say everything you just heard was an ad, but I really like the Anagram, and if I didn't like it, it absolutely would not be making this list. There's a lot of content planned involving the Anagram for 2026, but if you head on to episode 106 of the In The Pocket podcast, you'll see me going through some of my go-to presets that I use every day straight out of the Darkglass Anagram. Coming in at number 4, all the way back in March this year, I tried my first ever Spector bass. The bass itself was one of the new Euro CST lines, and I'm going to be honest with you, I have not been able to stop thinking about that bass since I first picked it up close to 9 months ago. I'd never played a Spector bass before, despite some of my favourite players personally rocking a Spector bass as their bass of choice, but I was absolutely blown away by the sound and the playability and the overall feel of the Euro CST. Let's have a quick listen to it now, and maybe, just maybe, I need to pick myself up a Spector in 2026. Coming in at number 3, we have the Joe Dart 2 by Sterling by Music Man. I'd heard a lot of things about the Joe Dart range by Music Man, and before I got my hands on the Joe Dart 2, I thought this was going to be a bit of a hype piece, and it wasn't really going to live up to the expectations that I'd seen online. Also, I hadn't fully made up my mind about whether I liked the distribution method of the Joe Dart bass, where you pre-order the bass and then it comes to you a few months later. I don't know, just a little bit of that just didn't really sit with me that well, but I wanted to try the bass and see for myself. And I'm almost ashamed to say I was pleasantly surprised by the Joe Dart 2. For a bass that falls into the affordable bass price range, I was expecting to see some kind of quality control issues that you often get with basses of this price. Things like pointy or uneven frets or bad cheap machine heads, but none of this was the case with the Joe Dart 2. This was the jazz bass style version of the range, and I was really pleasantly surprised. Both pickups sounded great, either on for that stereotypical jazz bass tone, you could roll it off and just have the bridge for that more Joe Dart kind of Wolfpack tone, and then the neck pickup soloed was a pretty convincing P-bass tone. I hope to try the Music Man version one day, either it be the Sterling version or the full fat Music Man, but the Joe Dart 2 was a really great bass, and that's why it's on this list. Let's have a quick listen to an extract of the Joe Dart 2 from my full review. If you'd like to check out the full version, I'll stick that in the description below. Coming in at number 2 is a pedal that annoyingly I wish I had here when I was filming this video, but I think I've left it at my parents' house. It is the Big Booty Judy by Backburner Noise. If you've spent any time with me, you'll know I'm a big fan of Backburner Noise, which is ran by my really good friend Jordan Landers, and the Big Booty Judy is an exceptional Rat clone. It's got both a Rat and a Turbo Rat circuit in there, and especially useful for us bass players is that lovely, lovely blend control, meaning we can have all of that juicy, lovely, disgusting, distorted bass goodness, but still keep a little bit of that fundamental bass tone so we can bring that low end. One thing I didn't realise I would like so much about the Big Booty Judy until I got my hands on it is how the volume, drive and blend control all work together when sculpting the tone from the pedal. I really enjoyed how turning up the blend may also increase the volume of the pedal, so you'd have to use the control to balance that out. Similarly, when you were bringing up and down the drive, you may also wish to increase or decrease the blend. It made it this really inspiring and enjoyable balancing act that made the Big Booty Judy a really creative tool and really enjoyable to mess around with. If I wasn't such a big old digital fanboy, I would definitely be using the Big Booty Judy every night on an all analog board. And that is why it is on this list. Before we get to the last item on today's list, there is the teeny weeny matter of discussing the one piece of bass equipment I really, really, really did not enjoy when I played it this year. The award of top spot, or well, should I say bottom spot of bass equipment that I tried this year is a frankly horrible Man Bongo that I checked out at Bass Bros earlier on this year. People keep telling me I should try bongos and that I'd really like them, but not only do they look like toilet seats, but I just don't think they sound very good compared to a regular Man. And this was no exception. I didn't like the setup, I didn't like the sound, I didn't like the look of it. I just did not like this bass one little bit. We recorded some footage of me playing the Man Bongo over on the Patreon section of the In The Pocket podcast, but just for you, I've decided to include that part here for you now to enjoy.
I can't believe you've never played one of these before. I can't imagine why. You know, you just want to pick it up straight away, right? Yeah. What do you think about playing? Oh.
Don't like it.
Okay.
You probably like bongos, and that's fine. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm wrong, but personally, I just cannot stand that bass. And finally, the last item I'm going to include on this list of some of the best bass equipment I've tried in 2025 is this, the Harley Benton MSB 5 multi-scale 5-string bass. I'm not going to say too much about this bass now, you'll have to wait for my review, which comes out just into the new year, but spoiler alert, I was blown away by this frankly insanely affordable multi-scale offering from Harley Benton. And that's that. Thus concludes my list of some of the best and one of the worst pieces of bass equipment I tried in 2025. And before you go along and carry on with the rest of your day, I just wanted to quickly say thank you for sticking with my channel in what's been my first full year of trying to make this work on YouTube. I don't quite have it all figured out yet. As you've probably noticed, the lighting and the set changes a little bit every video. There's still some sort of mistake I'm learning every time. Today's example is I forgot to charge my hair light and it has basically died. Don't be fooled by that. This thing is kicking out virtually no light whatsoever. But nonetheless, I'm very, very grateful that you've chosen to stick around and watch some of my videos this year. And I'm also extremely grateful to the brands that have chosen to work with me in this first full year on YouTube, helping to promote my work on their channels as well. I hope 2025 has been as good to you as it has to me. I've been that guy on bass. As always, you've been exceptional, and I will see you next year. Tatty bye.